Welcome back. This is MDawg. I've got my coffee. I hope you've got your coffee. Time to relax. Another episode of our leveling guide. This time I'm doing it in the morning before work. Normally I do it in the afternoon or evening after work. So a little different kind of energy this morning. Tired because I've not been up for that long, but not tired from going through a full day of work already. We'll see how this goes. You know, I was planning on rotating back and forth, doing an episode somewhere in the world on my main account, and then a leveling episode. I'm so excited though that we're gonna get to start our Norwegian trip back again. I think I think we're gonna go ahead and start it. All right, so let's just look at the weather. Yeah, this looks good. This looks fine. Man, down here looks even better. But hey, people have been asking me lately. I've had a couple different people asking me like, "Hey, what are some good starter setups for trolling Corey?" And so I would say there's this interesting sort of strat to get the heavy, express fishing heavy. Now again, there's, as always, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. But some people like getting the heavy. I was trying to see, I think somebody actually just asked me about this recently. Thinking getting a heavy rod in the Siberia 60. Yeah, so it's just a pretty cheap rod, and it still goes up to 15.4. At the end of the day, if you just about max out that load capacity, arguably that's plenty of strength for Corey. To be fair, you are going to want something a little stronger than that. You know what I really liked? Let me see if I can find them. It might have been these. But if you look at that, that's more than like twice as much silver. And honestly, it's not that much stronger. So I get why the heavy is considered such a good deal. So probably the next thing to consider is the Super Duty. I'm thinking it's either, now some people do like the Model 1 better. Which gets even crazier at 35 kilos. I'm thinking it's either the heavy, just because that happens to be like just enough load capacity, or it is the Super Duty. Yeah, it's worth it to go heavy. Is there anything after heavy that's worth even considering? No. I think it's just the heavy, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, I could look through, we could look more and more. That's 16 versus the heavy being 15.4, but it's a good bit cheaper. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument to be made. And remember, the prices we're looking at right now are Oldberg prices. This is more expensive than it will be. You're not going to buy it at Oldberg. I'm just kind of we're just comparing Oldberg to Oldberg to get an idea. So eventually you're going to want either Super Duty or Model 1. Probably Model 1. Especially if you start off with the heavy, your next step should be Model 1, just because with that 35 load capacity, that can grow a little farther with you. But either way, you're going to want to jump up to probably either the Super Duty or the Model 1. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, now reel-wise, yes, the Sabre 60. So here's the thing. If we weren't doing the Norwegian Sea in this leveling experiment, then I probably would get the Sabre 60 and the heavy and troll Corey with that. But because we're doing this, I'm trying to see what it would be like to hold out and actually just get the HSV, at least one of them from our Norwegian sea trip. Now, some of it will also depend on like what level are we by the time we finish our second and then our third trip. Because right now we're level 17, but we're almost 18. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But let's do some fishing at the Norwegian Sea. Let's just get our trip started here. The one thing I did decide before starting this episode is that I think I will get the blue lurker. I think we're going to buy one lure, hope we don't lose it. The other thing I thought about doing was trying a fluorocarbon leader. Just to see if that makes a difference. I don't know that I believe it does, but some people seem to really think that the fluorocarbon leader makes a difference on... Oh crap, we just started happy hour. So I didn't think we were going to have a happy hour because we had one last night, but we must have had one before the thing last night. All right, let's look at lures. We want to look at Pilker. What am I looking for? The Lurker 107. Oh, they actually do have it here, so I'll go ahead and get it here. All right. Okay, that kind of speeds us up then. Let's just go ahead and go. All right, we're going to start a 5-day trip. Now we go. Now we go. All right, we're going to start off at the 34-meter hole, by the way. Let's go ahead and get our rod in our hand. And let's get our new Pilker, Lurker 100.7. The 36 kilo leader. Can we even easily get... no. We'd have to make it. We don't have... Okay, we are certainly not going to worry about that. Okay, let's get going. By the time we get out there, it'll be about perfect time to start fishing. Man, I don't know what happened, but the way I used to print screen doesn't work anymore. It's kind of bizarre. All right. So we're going to start out at 34-meter hole. I think it still is the case, and it's kind of funny because we were like, this was the case last time we were fishing out here too in the leveling guide, but I still think 34 and 41 for leveling up, for being low level, trying to get reasonable size fish, decent bite rate, I still think it's the way to go. High variety of fish for possible cafe orders. There may be like better ideas that I just don't know about, but in the little bit of testing I've done, I still feel like these are, pretty good considerations. Trying to make sure we're going the right way here. I was afraid we were going to hit that island. I guess we didn't. All right, so as we catch the right size saithe and mackerel, we'll be turning them into fillets and actually using those to fish with, which hopefully we'll maybe increase the bite rate just slightly. But if it's a big saithe or a decent sized mackerel, we'll keep it for silver. It just depends on the size of it. What are we at on marine fishing? 19.3? Man, while we're in this window of time where we're getting free happy hour, it is really tempting to do just like an hour of the trip at a time, fully engaging that happy hour XP. Not just for the XP though, also for leveling up marine fishing. Because if you were doing this and this is your main account, to have this kind of advantage the first time you actually come here at level 34 or whatever level, because you've already leveled up marine fishing a good bit, it's just gonna like more quickly get you into the types of rigs and rig approaches that will allow you to make the most silver and XP. So in that sense, it is pretty cool to be able to do this, I think. Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's start catching fish. It's 2:46. We got out here faster than I thought we would, based on the time. All right. Let's see how well this blue lurker does. I wish we could afford to get several lurkers or different lures to try. It's just not worth spending the silver though. But I did want to make an exception with this one lure, just to give us one more option from the lures that they let us start with by default. We're gonna hope this bite rates picks up once it's actual daytime here. All right. So we're at 70.9 thousand experience. We need 100,000 to get the next level. Total 100,000 total. So let's just kind of be noticing how much XP we're getting, especially with happy hour. On some of these fish we're going to catch, hopefully. In other words, we're almost 71,000. We need 29,000 basically to hit level 18. What time is it? 3:41. I can still excuse a slower bite rate at 3:41. If it keeps up too much longer, we'll move. And change different lures for sure. Maybe we should just try a different lure till it gets to be actual daytime. Well, we got the haddock and the pollock out of the way. All right, what were we using that was so good? Like the 1, 3, 6, all these. We'll switch it up a little bit. It's actually a little bit bigger lure, just slightly bigger. Ooh. What is this? Come on out, fish. Okay. What in the world? Oh, there it is. Turbot. Hey, there's level 18. Holy cow. 25,000 XP. Holy moly. And that's funny. It was like almost exactly the amount we needed for level 18 after we had just said that. So, as you heard, if you watched my last episode, we now have, sorry, my episode about, it's after 5, so maybe the bite rate's going to adjust now. We'll put the lurker back on for a bit. They now have 2 different types of crab. Look at this. It's not even a marker. I'm going to keep it still, though. 2 types of crab and of course still squid that you can now turn into bait. But if you're doing this for leveling and saving up for, like, you know, basic gear and stuff, I think definitely with the squid, and I think it'll be the case with the crab too, just worth selling them instead of turning them into bait. Not that I have, not that you're likely to have high enough bait harvesting to turn crab into bait yet. But even if you can, like, if you're still aggressively saving silver, probably just worth, because, I mean, really, the crab bait, I'm not sure, because I don't know what people are going to be able to catch here on the crab and squid, but I think it's going to be worth just getting the silver instead of turning it. Man, even that gave us a big chunk of experience. Yeah, we just need to fish here. Like, holy cow. This is amazing. So that safe, to me, is big enough that I actually don't know that I want to turn that into bait. I think if it's like 3 or lower, we will. But anything north of 3, I don't know. Jamie Nicholson, Trophy Fish Vendus, grats. It's actually a weekly record, Vendus. It is early in the week, but still, that's very nice. There we go. I think we're just going to mix it up lure-wise every once in a while. There's another haddock. I like it. Let's just try the 01 just for fun. We'll just switch around a little bit, but mostly we'll kind of work our way back to the lurker, unless for some reason it starts to seem like the lurker is just not working that well. But we've got some good fish so far. Off to a good start. Somebody asked if cocoa cream is okay for bear. Yeah, usually cocoa cream is great in bear. Cocoa cream, you see that a lot in bear. Sometimes the basic fruit flavors like a strawberry or something like that can work good too. Or even just like, don't forget about the natural baits. If you need to try potatoes for a little bit, you never know, it might be good. It's interesting. We're getting a jig step here. All right, let's get back to... There's perking. Huh. I'm really interested in why it's taking this long to get a bite. There we go. There we go. Knock another lure off the list. It's fully sunny, so we probably should go with a different lure. All right, let's go back to the lurker for a bit. I mean, I guess we could set the clip. Just to, I mean, we haven't been getting bites on the drop very much, have we? I hope we get another saithe or a mackerel soon. I want to go ahead and make some bait. What happened to our fish? Okay. Huh. Very strange. All right, stay on there, fish. $20.9 marine fishing. There we go. Ooh, a nice haddock. 5,000 XP, one fish. All right, I'll tell you what. Executive decision here. We're gonna go ahead and turn this into this saith into strips, and then next time we'll make small fillets. We're gonna make strips this time. I hate to do it with a saith that size, but I do want to try it some, and we're just not catching that many saith, so I think it's worth it. Here, let's just go ahead and put it on real quick. I love this like shallow casting though. So little time is wasted. All right, so if you click on fillet, you can now add the strip, and supposedly maybe just help with the bite rate slightly. And then eventually as you level up, you can add an auxiliary hook. Then you can also add attraction elements, which all seem to maybe just slightly help with the bite rate. The hook supposedly helps maybe keep the fish on, have less fish gotaways. But the attraction elements perhaps allow you to get a little better bite rate. There we go. And in like little shallow areas like the 3441, I think the small ones are fine, but I kind of like these strip fillets for these spots. Oh, that's a nice 8,000 XP. Yeah, we'll take that. It's a nice place. So if we don't catch a saith or a mackerel in the next 9 fish, we'll run out. I don't know. I mean, it seems like maybe our bite rate has picked up. 21.5. Those things are worth no XP though. They look cool, but they're pretty common to catch and just worth so little XP silver, right? Wish we could turn those into bait. If we can somehow hit 18.5. Oh, yes, perfect. Safe. Okay. If we can somehow hit 18.5. Technically, we... You know, if you're high level, you probably turn that one into a full safe. But we're just light years away on this account away from being able to use that full safe as bait. So we're going to turn it into more little guys, little strips. Haddock, just about 1,000 XP. So last level we needed to get to, what was it, 100 or 90 XP? 100, I think. Now we're at 150. So, you know, like that little haddock, just under 1,000 XP, still, that adds up quickly. You know? Let's see how much the next sculpin we catch is worth. I think it's in the hundreds, even at happy hour. If you don't get a bite immediately, sometimes I let it sit. Even if you end up losing the perking, sometimes let it sit a little longer. So we're actually lifting it out of the bottom layer right now. If we go too far, like that time, and then it falls back into the bottom layer, you know, I think it's fine. I tend to think I get a better bite rate when I keep it in the bottom layer, but I've also caught plenty of fish rising it up out of and then falling back into. Oh, that fish just didn't ever get on there fully. It wasn't a fish got away though, so we still have the bait on there. It was just a fake bite. Oh, I thought we caught something. Oh, we did catch something. We did catch something. Yes. All right, 22%. So we only cut that one up if we run out of safe, right? We seem to be catching them a lot more often now that it's like fully daytime. So we may end up being able to keep that one. You never know when there's going to be like a safe cafe order or something. But overall, I like the strategy of keeping those fillets on there. But like I said, if we don't catch enough saithe or mackerel to keep them on there, we'll cut that saithe up. I wouldn't mind trying a little bit of the small fillets as well. But I wanted to start with strips. It's noon. Bite rate might slow down a little bit. We could also just like slightly move in the 34-meter hole. Just change it up a slight bit. It's taking a long time for this bite, isn't it? Come on. Sometimes you just need to let it drop, I suppose. All right, we'll see what fish species this is. Unless it's something killer, we're going to at least just move a little bit, maybe a little further north on the 34. We'll see where we actually have drifted to, but okay. It's a nice safe. 8,000 experience. Good grief. Actually, I guess we'll go a little northeast. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because of the wind direction, we still want to fish off the back, though. And we'll try the 2 this time. So this is the Jack's Bond 2. We got to put the fillets back on there when we switch lures. That was a nice safe, though. Holy cow. I think the goal here is in this first session, if we can get to 18.5, that's going to feel really nice. I don't know. It depends on the quality of fish we catch from here on out, but it's a good goal to have. I don't think we'll fish through the night. I think we'll just fish to nighttime. Just based on me needing to get to work. Which means I probably should not sit here too long with this lure. In case it's just a little slower than some of the other ones. Just don't be stubborn about it. All right, let's try the 3 real quick. I feel like these lures should work pretty good with how hot and sunny it is right now. Everything's going to be a little slower potentially, but maybe we should just go back to the 6, honestly, but I don't know. I just think it's interesting that we've had like 0 bites on the drop this trip. Is that less of a thing these days? Maybe once you put the attractants on there, that becomes more likely. I'm sitting here remembering, like, it feels like that used to happen all the time on my main account, especially once I had like the octopus, some of those attractants on there. Maybe with just the straight lure and fillet, it's not quite as likely. We'll have to remember kind of how this goes. Next episode, which I may actually be able to film tonight or this afternoon, I may try the 41 meter hole, just doing little comparisons. All right, let's go back to the lurker. If we really aren't getting a bite here, we might just move again. I think it might be the lures I was trying, but we know the lurker's been working really well. This is the worst time of day. I mean, in that way, it kind of makes sense that we're struggling to get a bite, but I also was trying different lures, so I want to rule out that that's not the cause. This time of day and then like the dead middle of the night tends to be the slowest. If you catch fish throughout the night, which sometimes you do, it just seems like there's a higher chance they're going to be the cusk, which is fine. Those are actually worth a decent amount of silver. They're pretty low XP, but they pay decently. They add up for sure. All right, come on. We're just about dead center in this 34. I'll have to check the weather before recording later today. Try to time it where we get a cooler day, maybe a little weather, a little cloud coverage. All right, bring us back in the fishing. We finally got to 1500. That's what did it, I think, as much as anything. This is actually a decent fish for us, size wise. No matter what it is, it's pretty good news to be this size, I would say. Yes. Almost 15,000 XP. That's huge. One more of those and we're going to hit our goal. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got some cloud coverage moving in. Hold on. Hold on to your butt. So smart. Edgar Fire says, I'm going to use these free happy hours to upgrade my lure making. I want them balsas. That is so smart. If there's anything that you're just really wanting to level up, use the free happy hours and do whatever that is to level it up. All right, 1800 experience. It's amazing how much difference based on the size, right? All right, where's the wind even coming from? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh, we got some rain. Temperature still hasn't gone down any yet, or a slight bit maybe. It's 15.5 now. I was trying to get hungry so that we could eat a piece of cake and see what that does, how full we get, but finally got my Cardinal in the shop on my main account to replace the grease, which had gotten up past 10%, which is probably accelerating everything else getting damaged faster. Ooh, look at that eel pile. 13,000 XP. We are 1 or 2 fish away from hitting our goal here. Oh yeah. Bite rate's picking up again. What are we at? 22.9. So 25% we can use jigging rigs. Pretty cool. Look at this bite rate all of a sudden. The weather changes. Afternoon keeps going. Bite rate picks up. 2,500 experience. That's not bad. So as long as you get a chunky one, especially with happy hour, it's not bad. We're 0.7K away from being halfway to 19. The reason why level is interesting right now is because if we're going to try to use the second and third Norwegian sea trip to get 1 or maybe even 2 caliber HSVs, or work towards that, you have to be level 20 to use them. So you want to be able to have something you can use at Corey whenever your Norwegian sea trips are up, if you're doing this. Because if you can't, and you're sitting there at level 16 and, you know, trying to figure out, okay, how can I troll Corey? Like, that's where I think Saber 60s are a good option. Or some of the other options. I mean, there's not the only options. By the way, we're down to 4 now. We may have to cut up this safe. Yeah, I feel like it's just worth thinking through that based on what level you are. No point in making yourself miserable and getting something you can't use till level. Hey, 2,800 XP. That's a decent sized mackerel. Turn that into some bait too if we want. It's so hard because I do want to fish with the bait. I also wish I people in in-game chat are saying buy Saber 60s, get HSV. How do they even know I'm talking about that? No, they're talking about how we're gonna have our new episode out soon. Somebody was saying also the Pulsar. I mean, I think all those are good options, honestly. It just depends on what level you are, how aggressively you've been saving silver early, in my opinion, and how patient you want to be before you actually start trolling. But those Pulsars, Saber 60s, even like some of them that are a little cheaper than that, especially if they have an upgrade, I mean, you can at least start experiencing trolling. And then once you get better equipment, you'll just have some really nice bream gear. Okay, we're well past 18.5, by the way. So we have met our goal and then some. All right, we're at 23.7. We're at tons of XP. We're almost hungry enough to eat our piece of cake. Fishing has definitely picked up now that we are getting a little later into the afternoon. Got a little overcast, rain. This turned into a pretty good day, I would say. Couple hundred silver. All right, we're hoping to at least have 2,000 silver by the time this trip is over. So our second Norwegian sea trip, we're hoping to at least have 2,000 silver and at least 3,000 after our third trip. And honestly, that's a low bar that allows for some bad luck and, you know, fishing dying down at times. Not getting lucky on cafe orders, that kind of stuff. But if that's the case, we'll have some gear options. Oh, we're out of shoot. All right. We got to make some bait. That's too small, right? Yeah. So let's do the mackerel first. Oops. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do strips with this mackerel. Come on. Did we only get 2 strips? Oh my goodness. Those mackerel are so small. We should have just done maybe a small one. I don't know. It's fine. So we'll probably have to cut up another safe. I think it's worth it though. Let's just consistently try to have bait on. And I mean, the only thing I was like, I'll probably turn anything, like I said, under 4 maybe kilos into bait. But I did kind of want to wait and see what was in the cafe order. I don't think we're going to have enough anyway, even if we did have a cafe order. Oh, yes. Love to see it. All right, this is our last mackerel. So let's go ahead and we'll do the small ones this time. 3, 5, 5, 9. So it's this one. We'll do one of these and test out some small fillets. Another cast or 2, and then we'll try eating our cake. See if we can get a lucky 6th anniversary catch off of our cake. This might be another mackerel. Ooh. All right, so let's put the small fillet on. All right, so first time using a small fillet instead of the strip. And here we go. Here's cake. I think that thing's gonna fill us all the way up. Don't you bet? Still going. Still going. Slowing down. Oh, you're kidding me. There's still a sliver left. It almost, or maybe there's not. Maybe it did fill us all the way up. I think it did. So more than halfway. Maybe it would have gone even further than that. I don't know. I think we're getting into the wind a little bit here. It's harder to get the perking. Okay. Hey, there's a fish. There's a fish. How strong is the wind? 5? Okay, we could probably cast into the wind. It'll be fine. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, looks like we might be able to cross the 100,000 XP marker here. See if that's enough to get perking. There we go. I really don't like casting into the wind. I think it just messes with it a little bit. It's a little harder to keep it in that bottom area. Ooh, nice haddock, 4,000 XP. That's 100K right there. Let's get a bonus fish or two, and then we'll call it a day. Since it's just about nighttime, although this is early nighttime, so whatever effect nighttime has, it's really not till like overnight that you start to really feel the slowdown. Typically. Ooh, yeah. On the drop. So there's a mackerel. Is that too small for bait? Yes. So it has to be at least 300 grams. Much easier to get safe bait than mackerel in some ways. At least until you can target mackerel. I mean, there's some ways that you can kind of target mackerel, which makes it pretty OP, but just general fishing like this, you're going to probably end up with more safe bait options. 24.6. We're getting really close to 25%. And this is when the cusk will start showing up, potentially. I would say this is probably a cusk. I mean, could be something else, but I feel like I just called cusk, and that's probably what it is. It's a nice fish. For its size, cusk would be pretty low on, oh my goodness, 25k XP again. All right, let's go one more time. Ooh, my goodness, that was huge. Wow. It's the largest one. That was almost as big as the turbot we caught. That's crazy. Ooh, PH3D7 just got a trophy saith. Congrats on your trophy saith. All right, this will be the last fish if we can get one more. If we can get one more. So we'll have 4 or 5 small fillets next time we start. And I'll also most likely cut up the other 3 point whatever kilo saith into some strips. So at least next session we'll have some decent backup amount of bait to start with. Goodness. Struggling to get this last one. It's almost midnight. Where are the cusk? We are getting to the edge, I guess. Okay. Ooh, I was just about to call it. This could be a last minute safe here. We'll see. There's the cusk. So we got marine jigging rigs now. We caught 10 species of fish. That was worth 3,400. Pretty good. All right, let me spawn. I'll be right back. All right, good first session back at the Norwegian Sea to start off our second trip. I like it. Oh. Oh, perfect timing. Happy hour bonus just ended. All right. Oh, halfway there on that. That would have been nice. We definitely got the place order. That's always going to be better. So there's 106 silver. We'll take that. We were one of those away. 106 plus 3. Ooh. Wow. 421 for our first little session there. Up to 1,300 silver. Oh, what a first good session. Okay. As always, thanks for watching. And nice Greenland shark Genji. All right. I will see you next time. Tight lines.